You say the name is not as important as the substance.
Absolutely.
I'm a Pan-Africanist. Amandla. How do you find fellow Pan-Africanists that believe in your agenda without them saying they are, without them dressing a certain way, having a certain name? How does a true Pan-Africanist identify a fellow Pan-Africanist?
I would say through the work. It's not what you call yourself. It's not how you dress. I can show you people who claim to be Pan-Africanists in name, in ideology, in dress, in disposition, but they don't do any work. The heart and essence of activism, the heart and essence of nationalism, the heart and essence of revolutionary Pan-Africanism is to serve the people. So anybody who tells me they're Pan-Africanist, I'm going to ask you two questions. What institution are you building? What major problem are you fighting on behalf of the South African people? Yeah. If you cannot give me an answer to either one of those questions, you are not a Pan-Africanist, you are a Pan-Africanist imposter.
I'd like just two quick questions. I know you've covered these before, but for my audience, please.
No problem.
Your thoughts on ex-President Barack Obama, and I know you've mentioned I'm only raising this because you spoke about the Spanish Latino people, the Latino people. And your thoughts around the second Wakanda, where you in essence had Latinos fighting black people for seemingly an American white agenda.
Yes.
And your favorite president, Barack Obama.
Whose favorite president? But to answer your question, first of all, let's deal with Black Panther. Black Panther, I believe, was a CIA-backed movie. One thing you need to know about the United States, there is a congressional committee that supervises all movies that are released from Hollywood. And if you intend to produce a movie that is hostile to American interests, that movie will never be released. On top of that, the CIA and the FBI, they pay movie studios to include content that is favorable to America's agenda. When you look at the first Black Panther, the hero of the movie wasn't Prince T'Challa. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman. Yeah. It was CIA agent Ross, the white man, who flew the plane back and actually saved Zuri, the Panther's sister. How can the CIA agent be a hero in an African movie when the CIA is responsible for destabilizing most African countries, responsible for the assassination of most African leaders? Who ordered the assassination of Patrice Lumumba? The CIA. Who provided intelligence to the apartheid government to help capture Nelson Mandela's and the other ANC leaders in exile? The CIA. Who had Maurice Bishop assassinated in Grenada? The CIA. So you mean to tell me the one governmental structure that was responsible for overthrowing and assassinating so many African leaders is now a hero in an African movie for African children? Complete propaganda. And as far as Wakanda Forever, the second movie, it was absolutely disgusting. I almost walked out. And you know why? Our children were so empowered with Black Panther 1. You come back for Black Panther 2. And you mean to tell me the Mexicans have the same vibranium as the Wakandans? The Mexicans got the same power as the Wakandans. So what's so special about the Wakandans if you're going to take all their power and give it to the Mexicans? And when you watch the movie, the Mexicans kick our ass through the whole movie. I couldn't take my child to go and watch that. I'm not going to take my child to go and watch that. Why would you put out a movie on a black superhero and allow his entire community to get destroyed by an army of Mexicans? I also think that was a CIA-fronted movie, and I think the message there was to desensitize American Africans to the coming oppression and replacement of them by the Mexican immigrants. Right now in Chicago, our second largest black city, you know what's happening? Joe Biden and the U.S. government is bringing busloads of Hispanics into Chicago to use them to do what? Help push black people out. Gentrify Black Chicago, and also take over all the unused social services so black people can get nothing. Wakanda Forever was a prelude of what's going to happen to Black America over the next 20 years.
KRS-One calls the CIA criminals in action.
And I call them the cocaine import agency, because the CIA is the founders of the international drug trade. The reason why America invaded Afghanistan 9/11, 2001, is because the Taliban burned the poppy seed. Afghanistan is the #1 opium-producing nation in the world. And do you know what Colin Powell, rest in peace, who at the time was Secretary of State, he gave the Afghani government $10 to $20 million to replant the poppy seed. What does the American government care about poppy seed? They care about the dope. America, China, and Britain are the biggest drug dealers on the planet. You can sell drugs with their permission, but if you get caught selling drugs without their permission, they destroy you. Just go ask Freeway Ricky Ross.
Jeez.